Reaction isn't weakness, it's wiring. You didn't choose to react. It happened before. You noticed. Someone said something, a look, a tone, a small moment triggered something ancient inside you. And boom, your mouth moved before your mind caught up. And now, you feel it. Embarrassment, regret, shame. You think, why do I always do this? You promise yourself next time will be different, but it never is. Here's the truth. You're not broken. You're wired. And your reactions, those split-second outbursts, shutdowns, or over-defensive replies, aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of conditioning. Your nervous system doesn't care about philosophy. It cares about survival. So every time it sensed danger in the past, it built a pattern. And now, that pattern runs the show. But that's the beautiful thing. If a pattern was built, it can be rebuilt. That's what the Stoics knew long before we had neuroscience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts," which means your reactions are learned, and what's learned can be unlearned. But first, you have to stop asking, "Why am I like this?" and start asking, "What is this reaction protecting me from?" Because at its core, a reaction is a defense. It's not about the moment. It's about the memory underneath it. You're not reacting to them. You're reacting to a wound they touched, a fear they activated, a belief you've never questioned. And in part 2, that's exactly what we're going to do. Because rewiring starts with awareness, and awareness starts now. The hidden beliefs behind every outburst. Let's break it down. Every automatic reaction you've had, anger, withdrawal, sarcasm, defensiveness, is built on a belief. You don't snap because of what they said. You snap because of what it meant to you. They ignored me. I'm not important. They criticized me. I'm failing. They rejected me. I'm not lovable. They questioned me. I must prove myself. Your mind doesn't just hear words, it hears stories. Stories you've been collecting since you were a kid. Stories built on hurt, shame, and trying to stay safe. The Stoics taught us to examine those stories. Epictetus said, "It's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." In other words, your reaction isn't about the world. It's about your internal interpretation of the world. So here's your first step in rewiring. Next time you react, pause and ask, what belief just got activated? Dig deep, write it down. You'll start to see a pattern. Because reactions aren't random, they're rehearsed. Your mind isn't broken, it's just efficient. It's trying to save you from feeling something you think you can't handle, but you can handle it. And when you face it, your reaction loses its grip. In part 3, we'll break down exactly how to separate from a reaction in real time, so you can respond instead of regret. The gap between trigger and response. Imagine this. Someone says something sharp. You feel the rush. The words rise to your tongue, but instead of exploding, you breathe. You pause. You ask yourself, what's actually happening here? That pause, that's the battlefield. That's the moment you take your power back. The Stoics called it the interval, the space between stimulus and response, and in that space lives your freedom. Here's how to train it. 1. Name the emotion out loud or in your mind. Not, "I'm freaking out." Say, "I'm feeling disrespected." Labeling emotions reduces their grip on your nervous system. 2. Shift your breathing. 2 slow inhales, long exhale. This signals safety to your body because a calm breath means, "I'm not in danger." 3. Ask a grounding question. What would the best version of me do here? Not the angriest version, not the scared one. the most grounded one. These 3 steps sound simple, but in the heat of the moment, they are revolutionary. You don't have to react. You don't have to defend. You don't have to win. You can choose. And every time you choose awareness over automatic behavior, you rewire a little more. You move from prisoner to commander, from puppet to pilot. And in part 4, we'll talk about how repetition makes this your new default. So it doesn't just happen once. It becomes who you are. Repetition is rewiring. Practice like a philosopher. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Because the brain doesn't rewire through motivation. It rewires through repetition. Every time you interrupt a reaction, every time you choose presence over panic, you're forming a new neural pathway. It's like walking a new trail through the woods. The first time, it's hard. You trip, you lose your way. But the 10th time, the 100th, it becomes natural. The Stoics weren't calm by default. They trained their calm daily, repeatedly, deliberately. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every morning. Seneca reflected every night. Epictetus ran thought drills all day. They didn't leave their minds untrained. So here's your daily drill. The 3-minute reset. Once a day, pick any moment. Set a timer. Sit quietly. Replay a reaction you regret. And imagine how your highest self could have responded instead. Visualize it. Feel it. Practice it like a mental rep. Why? Because your brain can't tell the difference between imagined practice and real experience. You are literally rewiring yourself in silence, and with time, you'll notice the gap between trigger and response gets wider. Your emotions lose their urgency, your presence returns faster, and now you're not reacting, you're responding like a philosopher. In part 5, we'll issue the challenge that makes this real, plus your call to action to step into command. If you followed this far, you already know. Rewiring isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about transforming your relationship to it. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, every time you feel triggered, don't react. Pause, breathe, name it, question it, respond slowly, only after clarity returns. Then write 1 sentence in your journal. Today, I chose presence over pattern. That's it. Just 1 sentence, every day. You don't need breakthroughs. You need practice. And here's your moment. Call to action. If this hit home, drop 1 word in the comments. Rewire. Not because the algorithm needs it, because you do. And subscribe. Because this journey doesn't stop here. This is the Stoic Reset, and the next videos will sharpen you even further. The day you stop being controlled. There comes a moment, quiet, subtle, but powerful, when you feel the trigger rise inside you. And for the first time you smile, not because it didn't hit you, but because it didn't own you. You paused, you breathed, you chose. That's the moment you know. You're free. Free from the patterns. Free from the guilt. Free from the mental loops that used to run your life. This is what Stoic rewiring creates. Not a perfect life, not a passive mind, but a practiced power, rooted in awareness, sharpened by repetition, and guided by principle. You don't just feel different, you are different. And the world around you starts to respond. People notice your calm, your presence, your stillness in storms. But the real win isn't out there, it's inside. You're not just reacting anymore, you're leading, not others, yourself. And that's the most stoic thing you can do.